Good morning, Conway families. So the schedule that has been in place now, this is going on our third week, was designed to help us make sure that we get access to kiddos 4 days a week and to make sure that we have a chance to have teachers actually seeing them 4 days a week. We know that is not a perfect design. A perfect design would be Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4, just like it has always been. Unfortunately, due to these times, we're stuck with this schedule, and I don't know if it's for this year or for how long, but we know for at least the foreseeable future we are. So I'm gonna go through this schedule again, just to make sure that everybody kind of knows exactly what the schedule is. Now that we've been in it for 3 weeks, we've seen some trends, and we just want to really help. So Monday, remember, there's morning announcements that it's on the Canvas page, and it's anytime you want to watch them. It's no longer a JR or Nikki or Michelle show at 9 o'clock or 8:50. This is going to be something that is available anytime to you. I'll put it in our newsletter, but it'll also be in Canvas. You can watch that anytime. And that's actually by fifth graders. So it's really something to watch. It's really cool for your kids to see. And it also brings in some updates on some cool events that are happening. The next one is, of course, the 9 o'clock meeting on Mondays for the entire class. This is the only day it's for the entire class. The rest of the week, it's just for the class who's in person, or at 2 o'clock, the class that has that, the group that has that particular session. So that's a 9 o'clock morning meeting for everybody on Monday. And then group A and B go into Canvas and do their asynchronous work for that day. When we jump into Tuesday and Wednesday, that's where then we really start to get into instructional time. So group A, of course, they come to school from 9 to 12 or tap into the instruction virtually. They head home with a few lunches and a breakfast and eat, and then they have about 90 minutes of time on Canvas. Group B, on the other hand, does on their own time, their Canvas work, and then they attend virtual instruction from 2 to 4 with their teacher virtually on a Google Meet. Kindergarten, first and second have their specials on this day if they're Group B. If you're Group A, when you go home, you have your specials on Tuesday and Wednesday in the afternoon, and that was just so that we could get more specials time in for our kids. The thing I want to point out here is that, so if you miss one day, you miss 50% of your in-person instruction. In the past, that's not a big deal. But when you're used to also get 30 hours of instruction a week, if not even more, here in this schedule, it's 6 hours of instruction a week in person. So if you miss this, you're missing half of new content, half of instruction, half of support. So we understand that if a kiddo misses due to being sick, that's obvious. We want you to stay home. We want you to get better. But we ask that for this time and this time here, this 2 to 4 o'clock time for virtual instruction, that you do everything you possibly can to avoid setting up doctor's appointments, this is something that you really, really commit to being present for and having your kiddo in a place where they can learn for these 2 times. Because again, this is all new instruction, new support, and we're really engaging kids the best we can. And if we want to make sure that our kiddos, even though they've lost a significant amount of instructional time because the instructional week is just that much shorter, if we want them to become successful this year, we need them every single second we can possibly get them. So coming in late will impact them if they're missing something for a doctor's appointment. If it's avoidable, we ask that you try to schedule it on this time before 2 o'clock or after 12. There's a significant amount of their day they still have after they're gone from school for before their 2 to 4 time frame. The other one thing I want to just point out is that the 9 to 12 and the 2 to 4 are not optional. Those are, if you're a part of our school, this is required learning. So when your kiddo does not show, or they show they're late, they're tardy, or they're absent, and again, if we have too many absences, then You always get those love letters from yours truly here. But the reason for that is because we know that we need our kids to learn. That's our dog in this fight. We want our kids to be successful. And so we absolutely have to have them for this time. And just so I'll flip it here for Thursday and Friday, you're of course the same exact schedule, but Group B comes in person and Group A attends virtually from 2 to 4. Some of the questions we've also received, or we see very low attendance for some specials, is that what is the special schedule? Remember, if you're in kindergarten, first and second, when you are on the days you have your 2 to 4 time, yours is in the morning. For if you're third, fourth, and fifth, your special is on the day you come to school, either virtually or in person. So if I'm Group A, my special is right after I get home, those few hours after I get home. If you're Group B, on Thursday, Friday, your specials in third, fourth, and fifth are right after you get home in the afternoon. Here is also a schedule I'm putting in the newsletter today. And this is something that will be updated we'll update. This is the current week 3. We'll update this every week, but you can see exactly when. So if I'm in Miss Ness's class on Tuesday, Group B, I know that I have special at 9:20. Here it is right here. If I'm in 5th grade Love Day, Group A, I have special at 3:15. So I know that I can attend. I knew that I need to get my kiddo on specials at 3:15. Or you can put a schedule up, or you can remind your kiddos that the actual schedule is right in their Canvas task list. All they have to do is simply follow that task list and they should be good to go. We did make an upgrade to 5th grade's task list this week so that you could find it right there in their task list, like you can in kindergarten through 4th grade. And then at the very bottom of this link, you'll see that there's one for art, one for library, one for PE, and one for music. So it makes it really a little more simplistic to follow, if you can call this simple, which is, I know it's not, guys. I know it is tricky, and know this is not easy to do. And I know we've always been dependent on you. This has always been a partnership that we desperately needed. There's never been a more important time than this, though, to really join hand in hand to get our kiddos where they need to be so that they can be successful, and that they can continue to build on the learning that they had in prior years. And then, of course, to get them ready for this next grade level. If they're 5th graders, of course, getting them ready for middle school, and then K through 4, getting them the necessary skill sets to build upon so that they can then continue to grow. And we can do that the best we possibly can in a far different schedule with far less time to be able to make those differences. So we know that we are heavily relying on families for that time they're not with us to continue to push them to do Canvas work, to continue to go to specials, to continue to read, to get books from our library system, or however you're getting books into their hands. We know we're heavily reliant on you, and we're sorry for that, but we also we'll do anything we possibly can to support you in this endeavor. So please reach out to your teacher, reach out to me, reach out to any of our principals. Please reach out to any of our coaches, any of our counselors. We will help you through this. But we would ask that you please make sure that the first thing that you can do is set the expectation is that we do not miss school when you're supposed to be there. Okay. We thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a fantastic week. And thank you again for all that you continue to do.